Chevy have just revealed the cheap version of their electric pickup truck, which they say is going to probably start at a price of around $60,000, which actually is a bit of a bargain when you consider what you're getting. Bit of a problem though, guys. That is that they're a little light on details, and to be honest, I think it looks a little bit fugly. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking, and you're probably thinking, hey dude, you like the Cybertruck. What are you talking about ugly? What are you talking about? I actually think the Cybertruck looks good. It must be something wrong with me. And I think the standard, or the RST version of the Silverado, I think it looks not bad. This new version, it's got a lower bumper at the front. The bumper's been changed. It doesn't work for me. I just don't know why, but anyhow, it is affordable. Relatively speaking anyway, compared to this standard model. Now, for example, right now, the RST version costs around $95,000. So that's pretty expensive. But that said, it does have 450 miles of range, and that's pretty damn impressive. It's got a 17-inch infotainment screen, an 11-inch driver display screen, 350 kilowatt fast charging. It's actually a pretty damn good truck. It might be better than the Cybertruck it certainly is in some ways anyway. However, a cheaper version is coming. Now, the 2024 Silverado EV work truck, or the WT, starts at $75,000. So that's already, I think, a pretty good price for that level of technology. However, the RST is $96,000. These newer versions will be what's called the EVLT, more affordable trim, so less luxury features, for example. However, that said, they still will have a 17.7-inch infotainment screen and an 11.3-inch driver display screen, and it still will have 400 miles of range. So if Chevy can bring these out with 400 miles of range for $60,000, it's possible they could. That's a potential game changer, because that means a lot of people currently buying Chevy pickup trucks, and there's hundreds of thousands of them yearly. They could definitely have a look here and say to themselves, well, 400 miles of range. Do I need more than 400 miles of range? I don't think I do. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, yeah, but this is not a proper work truck in terms of its size. Well, actually, its dimensions are pretty good, and it's in a lot of ways more practical than the internal combustion version. And if you're still with me and you're not considering an electric pickup truck, you want to buy a gasoline-powered version, let me try and convince you, because the bed, it's 5 foot 11 inches long. So it's basically a 6 foot long bed, but it has a Midgate. And because this thing is, it's not running gasoline, right? You don't have tailpipe emissions coming out and going to come through the bed. You can run this thing as a much longer bed. You can fit kayaks and really long longboards in the tray. Because that Midgate, open up the Midgate, right? You can still have the bed closed if you want to, so air doesn't come into the car. Open up that Midgate, and your bed is going to extend to about 8 foot long. So actually, this vehicle in some ways is more practical than the bigger 1500 series Silverados. Other things that are pretty cool about this thing as well, guys, is being able to basically use that big battery on site. And when I say use, I mean these are big batteries, massive, right? You only use a couple of percent of that battery. If you used the truck on site or on a work site or a campsite for an entire day, you'd only use maybe 1 or 2% of that battery size capacity, and for whatever you're using, work tools and powering things on site, etc. So that would be a big advantage. You wouldn't need to carry around generators. You wouldn't need to go and get your truck fitted with an external battery. Everyone does that if they buy diesel or petrol, gasoline powered pickup trucks. They go and buy an extra battery. You don't need to do all that. You can use the huge battery that's already in the truck. So there's quite a few advantages here. It's a pretty good pickup truck. I'm pretty impressed. Outside of the looks, which, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of. But aside from that, good to see this. This is kind of the beginning of the onslaught, because within about 5 years from now, range will be maybe 500 miles, possibly even more than that for electric pickup trucks. Charging speed is going to be probably 500 kilowatt based on the charging speeds we're already seeing in cars in China today. There's almost no question that is coming. Then in maybe another 5 years, so for say 10 years from now, you're going to see electric pickup trucks with 600, 700, 800 miles of range. Then it's going to be just utter game over for internal combustion. So really, The question is, if you were to go in and buy an internal combustion engine pickup truck, and you're thinking, oh, you know what, resale value, it's not going to lose too much value. Well, it is. The question is, when will that happen? Because eventually, tradespeople will start to think, you're an idiot if you buy internal combustion. And that's when the resale will just fall off a cliff. Everyone's going to do this. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be hesitant to do this. A lot of people are going to say it's a conspiracy theory. A lot of people are still saying that EVs are being forced upon them. They're being, a shotgun's being held to their head and they're being forced to buy electric cars. I'm hearing that from a lot of Americans on comment boards and forums and stuff. These guys are crazy. I mean, dead set mental crazy. But guys, you don't have to buy an EV. You know, you don't have to. Even if you watch the Electric Viking and he's all about EVs, you don't have to do it. Don't feel that way. If you feel that way, you're probably not going to want to do it. No one's holding a gun to your head. They're just a smarter choice. And this new work truck will give a lot more people that actual option. 400 miles of range for a price that they can probably afford. Thanks for watching.